It is a match reaction. We can let you know that full time it's Leeds United 1 and Manchester City has 3. Okay, let's get this rolling, everyone, and thank you for being part of City. That had to make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on anything that we definitely have to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester City related. Let us know what you think in the comment section about the game, and if you predicted before, did you get it right, or you did not manage to get it right? Thank you for being part of the podcast. And make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on anything that we definitely will have to bring to you. So it will be remembered that things have been going on quite well for the club Manchester City, and it will be remembered that this is a game that has happened, and it was a bit competitive. I must say, it was quite competitive in the first half, but it was just actually in the maybe possibly first 15 minutes of the first half. But after the first 15 minutes, Manchester City was definitely dominant. It was the dominant side, and it definitely left Manchester City left Leeds United not in the best of positions after the first half. When with the first half, actually, first 45 minutes, actually, there was no goal, and they tried their level best to make sure they can attack Leeds United, but they didn't get any goal in the first 45 minutes. And in the extra minutes of first half, actually, in the added minutes in the added minutes, that's when they had to score. In the added minutes, that's when they had to score. They scored one goal in the first minute of the added minutes, and that was by Rodri, who performed quite well, and Haaland definitely has performed brilliantly. Then they had to go for the first half. Actually, the break, they went for the break, and guess what happened? Pep Guardiola was very tough with these lads. He told them, you cannot play like this. You definitely cannot play like this. There is something missing. Your finishing is not all right. And Haaland actually came and made it for Manchester City, and Manchester City were very happy. Pep Guardiola was also definitely happy with Haaland scoring twice. Haaland actually scored 2 times. He scored twice, and making it 3 goals for Manchester City, and Leeds United remaining at 1 goal. So let us know what you think in the comment section. What you think about this, and what you definitely think, what possibly Leeds United could have done to not to get the embarrassment. But I think Leeds United was looking for just a draw. By the mode of how they were playing, Leeds United was just looking for a draw, and I think that that did not go on as they had planned. Let us know what you think in the comment section. I will let you know about what's definitely happening right about now. So I would personally think that Manchester City played quite well, definitely quite well, very well, but the finishing was not the best in the first half. When you look at how they played in the first half, the finishing was not brilliant. That was not the best of finishing. And from a big club like Manchester City, a club that took the Premier League title last season, that definitely was not the greatest they could have to offer. You can't have football players like those that are at Manchester City you cannot finish well. The forwards were there. We definitely think it wasn't a brilliant first half, but the likes of Mahlais, well, they played well. Mahlais played well, but there was definitely something lacking. The finishing was definitely lacking, and that's why Haaland was signed for all that amount of money, and he had to pay for what he was signed for, and he definitely thrilled Leeds United. Leeds United didn't have any option. He didn't have any chance in this. It was battered. Leeds United was definitely battered. It was so bad for Leeds United. But again, for Manchester City, it was definitely the brilliant thing for Manchester City, as they were badly looking for Manchester City were badly looking for a win. As you already know that as it stands right now, Manchester City isn't in the first position. Arsenal is in the first position with 40 points, and that definitely gives Manchester City a little bit of headache because they want to narrow the gap between them and Manchester and actually Arsenal. With Arsenal having 40 points, where does Manchester City lie? Let us know what you think in the comment section, as we are also going to be bringing to you, giving you actually the table so that you can see where Manchester City is. And also, we're going to be bringing to you the table, and you see actually where Leeds United is and how this game is. How this game actually has changed things for Manchester City and how it has changed things for Leeds United. Okay. Let's get the party started. Let's get the party started. And should we start with Leeds United or we should start with Manchester City? Let's start with Leeds United. So you can clearly see that you can clearly see that Leeds United is in the 15th position with 15 points. And definitely that is not the greatest of points for them, because relegation could be knocking. With West Ham, that is just 1 point behind. West Ham has 14 points and Everton also has 14 points. Wolves has 13 points. You can see relegation is definitely knocking for Leeds United. But above Leeds United, you can see that Bournemouth is just above in the 14th position, and in the 13th position there is Leicester City, and Aston Villa has 18 points. Mean that Leeds United would have got actually 15, 16, 17, 18 points. It would have got 18 points, and definitely that would put it in the 12th position. But unfortunately for Leeds United, it did not happen. And if Leeds United keeps losing games, it could go into relegation, because the points, when you see the points per club, it's just all 1.2 points, 1.2 points. And that is very dangerous for Leeds United. I think Leeds United needs to do something better, needs to have more wins. Leeds United definitely needs to have more wins so that they can go out of the relegation. They can be relegation free. But as per now, though, it is in the 15th position with 20 clubs in the Premier League. Leeds United is not safe at all. No safe at all. So leaving Leeds United at that point, the fact that they have scored 1 goal, that was definitely not enough. We need to see what Manchester City has had to bring on the table today. Let's switch to Manchester City and we see. Okay, as you can see, Arsenal is in the first position with 40 points, and there is a gap of 5 points between Manchester City and Arsenal. You can definitely say that Arsenal has 40 points and Manchester City has 35 points. 5 gap difference that needs to be narrowed by Manchester City in case Manchester City wants to compete for the English Premier League title. And you can see Newcastle is a team. Newcastle is a club to watch. As per now, you can see that Newcastle has 33 points, and it's been playing quite brilliantly. And these 33 points makes it a 2 difference between Manchester City and Newcastle. But Manchester City still has a bigger advantage over Newcastle, as it is, as it stands per now. It is 15 games for Manchester City, and Newcastle has 16 games. And that means that Manchester City has 1 game in hand against Newcastle. So when we see Newcastle is a good one, and it's a brilliant one, and it has been playing very well, and you can everybody knows that Newcastle is definitely going to be playing very well, and it's going to be scoring a number of goals soon. But the main difference here that we should be looking at is Manchester City and then Arsenal. You can clearly see that Arsenal and Manchester City, definitely that is something we need to talk about in depth, because Arsenal won the previous game that they had, and it definitely, when you see what happened, when you see what happened before, Arsenal won the previous game, and that was against West Ham. It beat West Ham, and Manchester City came in this game knowing that they should not give Arsenal any gap. They shouldn't give Arsenal any gap by increasing what is between them and Arsenal. But it will be remembered that both the first club and the second club in the English Premier League, as it stands for now, Arsenal has 40 points with 15 games played, and Manchester City has 35 points with 15 games played. So the number of games that have been played, you can really see it. 15-15. So again, which club has the highest advantage? You can see that Manchester City definitely has the highest advantage because Manchester City will be playing Arsenal, and there is a very big possibility that Arsenal is going to be battered when it comes to Manchester City. So I think winning every game that comes is the way to go for Manchester City. Otherwise, Manchester City is definitely not safe. So let me know, please. Let me know what you think in the comment section, what you think about the game that has happened today. Leeds United, which is a weaker club. Leeds United is definitely a weaker club than Manchester City. So we expected a win. My prediction was it 2-1. My prediction was 2-1, but it ended 3-1. I expected Manchester City to definitely beat Manchester City. I expected Manchester City to beat Leeds United. Anyway, that's not being a genius. Everybody who understands football knew that it was just a limited chance for Leeds United to beat Manchester City. It was next to impossible. But with Premier League, you never know what happens. So let us know still in the comment section what you think about this game, how you think this game has definitely gone on. And if you've been happy with the results, you can definitely give us a thumbs up and and definitely we will be happy, and we will be bringing to your match reactions of every Manchester City game as it is. And also we do watch alongs. What you need to do is to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss it on anything that we definitely have to bring to you. As we sign out, we have to tell you that Manchester United and Manchester City will be facing each other very soon, and that also will be live right here. But for now, Manchester City is the club. Manchester City is definitely the club. And somebody has been asking me about which club Manchester City is going to be playing. We need to see which club Manchester City is going to be playing. Which one is the club that Manchester City is going to play next? Anyway, we will be bringing that in the next podcast. If you need to know everything about the next club that Manchester City is going to be playing, just make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss it on anything that we definitely have to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester City related. Thank you and goodbye for now.